walls of a Four Seasons lost. In Austin, I saw, pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then it's his to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Off the mirrors, a pit, clip, running from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know I've heard this. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom, the truth is what you can see. And, man, I don't know how great truth is today. We're going to start out with some horrible news. And, I'm not a gun person. I've never been a gun person. It's just not my thing. I don't own any guns. I have a pit bull. That's my gun. I'm just not a fan of the gun thing, but people do what they want to do, and if that's your thing, I have tons of my friends who have guns and they love them and they shoot. All of that's just not my thing. But 3 UVA football players were killed. 2 others were injured. One of their former players, and this is our breaking news today. We're on a charter bus coming back from a field trip, and the suspect, Chris Donald Jones, who was a former football player there, shot the other guys. And it's just very frustrating to me from the simple aspect that, what caused him to go that far. Yeah, and he has been involved in some stuff, and the police or the campus police were aware of him. But it's just frustrating because that it was anger, it was pissed off, it was who knows what it was about. It's probably something in our minds was stupid, something that in his mind, however, was not. But for him to kill 3 of them and shoot 2 more on a bus full of kids, clearly rage was towards him, towards those particular 5 young men, or at least 3 of them, and the other 2 were probably trying to help with that. So my heart goes out to those families, and this gun violence has got to stop at some point. I just don't know how to go about it. I really don't. I'm joined by my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, my brother?
And just licking my wounds, like battling through a day.
Yeah, it is. It's been a tough weekend, and not as tough as those parents who have to deal with that. You and I are both parents, and that's the worst news that you can get is you're outliving your children. That's just frustrating. But I just don't understand the gun deal, Drew. I'm not a gun guy. I mean, I don't mind just going out and shooting every now and then, but it's just not. I don't need 50 guns in my house. I don't need 100 guns. You and I both have a mutual friend who has gun safes now, but he's an enthusiast. He's a hunter. He's not. You're not going to see him going out trying to murder somebody. You know what I'm saying? He has, talking about that guy, Paul Michael. He doesn't have, he likes to go hunt. He has a cabin. He has land. He shoots deer. He shoots big game hunter. He's not the definition of some of these people who have guns who should not.
I have 2 right next to my bed, but they're locked up and safe. So
yeah, it's just crazy.
There's responsible gun ownership, and there's being a dumbass.
Right.
Responsible gun ownership.
And Drew, right. Unfortunately, how do you?
It's a slippery slope.
How do you fix it?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you fix it? I just don't know. But anyway, hearts go out to those.
One of those deals where country was founded on it, but there's lots of guns that I don't think that the founding fathers had in mind. So
I don't think they knew what guns were going to turn into.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that was the whole thing to me is a gun. It's for you to protect your home. Somebody breaks in your home, shoot the fuck out of them. Excuse my language. Shoot them, kill them, whatever. they break your house.
There's
But to go out and shoot somebody or
there's
innocent people, I'm over that.
there's a lot of there's just a lot of craziness in the world right now. I've come to that conclusion that there's a lot of stuff you can't explain.
A lot
Honestly,
of lot of
so
unstable folks out there. A lot of unstable
yeah.
folks. But let's get into something positive now. Women's soccer, the USA women. I know you don't care about it, but the USA women's national team beat Germany after losing to them the other day. I saw both matches the other day. I just can't believe that we lost. First time losing on U.S. soil in forever since 2018, I think is what it was, and we just could not. I mean, Drew, we
Hmm.
were hitting the top bar, we were hitting the side bar, it was hitting and bouncing, it wouldn't roll. It bounced and rolled out towards instead of rolled. You know how it hits across the top of the bar, it comes down, it rolls the other way. The spin
Hmm.
goes away from wide open net, and it goes. It's just. But anyway, we got the win last night or the other day over Germany, so I was happy to see us finally pull through the women's team, and of course the men's is a week from today. Drew, already,
Yep.
bro.
21st
Yep. Noon
against
against
Wales. That's a
Wales.
tough draw. Wales is a tough draw.
Yeah, Wales is a tough draw, but I think we should be able to get done. We've got to get this one. We've got to at least have a draw. You know, we either have to have a draw or a win because England, they're strong, and I don't know how well we're going to do with them. Did you see the new men's logo, by the way? Shield.
I have not, Math. I have not.
They switched the shield from the red, white, and blue to represent the LGBTQ community. So it's got all the different colors on it
Mm,
to represent that. And I was kind of like, when I saw it, Drew, I'm going,
yeah. Yeah. That's
oh,
not really
I'm like,
the spot.
okay,
I mean,
okay.
you know me. I don't have anything against the
No,
LGBTQ
I
community,
don't either.
but
Know a
I
lot
don't
of
think
them.
I don't think that it needs to be on the USA logo at the
I,
Olympics.
I,
Sorry,
I, at the World Cup, yeah, I don't. I'm like,
I'm not
I'm
sorry.
sure.
Sorry, World Cup.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's a difference. It's
Yeah.
bigger than it's just as big as the Olympics. But anyway, it just to me, I saw it. I'm going, okay, it's because of all the stuff that's going on. I get that, but this is the flag. This is the United
Mm.
States. This is not politics. I don't. Politics and
Well,
sports should be separate.
you do that, and then folks wonder why people on whatever other side, the opposite side of whatever the other side is, get mad.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Well, I'm liberal and I'm open, but bro, I played for the USA. Okay, I have the jersey and stuff behind me. I want my flag sacred. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I want my red and white. I get it, and I understand where it's because it's in Qatar. I understand all that, Drew. But
I'm
you're
looking at it
representing
right
the
now, and
USA.
I'm just seeing it right now for the first time, and I think
It
I
doesn't
would.
even look like it. It doesn't. I saw it. I'm going,
I don't know
okay,
what
it's
that is.
cool looking, but what the hell does that have to do with the United States of America representing your country? That represents
Yeah.
a group of people in
Hmm.
your country. It does not represent the country. And to me, when you wear the red and white, you are representing your country.
Yep.
So I
Now
just,
they wearing that for every game,
I, I don't know, bro. I
men's
hope
and
not.
women's.
This is the men's. This is the men's cup, but they're representing
Hmm.
the women, the lesbian, transvestite. Get what is it? LBTGA. What is it? Transgender, whatever. I mean, I know what it is, but it's just to me, I don't like it, and I'm sorry. You know, I've got a lot of friends who are gay, women, men, whatever. You do what you do, and they understand. I don't care what you do. Don't bring your thing on me. I'm not gay. Just don't, do whatever you want to do. We can be friends. Just don't try to put your lifestyle on me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to not like you or not hang out with you because there's a lot of people who are straight that I don't even want to have anything to do with. And you and I both have friends. We don't want anything to do
Yeah.
with it. They're straight as they can be. And I'd rather go hang out with the gay person or the lesbian over here than hang out with that person who's straight. Just saying. Just saying. So,
Yeah.
Thunder game tonight, Drew. Boy, I
Well, I
tell
tell
you
you
what.
what, they looked good yesterday. I don't like them at all tonight, just because they played during the afternoon yesterday. Had to travel through the night and then go play a well-rested Boston team, which OKC doesn't ever play good in Boston.
But
So
Drew,
we'll see.
travel through the night from New York to Boston. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying, you had an
Drew,
afternoon
come on.
game yesterday.
I know.
You had an afternoon game yesterday. Travel, going. Now you're there, having to play Boston. I don't like it tonight, and that spread's that high for a reason.
Yeah, 11 and a half, over under 28. How about the Thunder have gone over 7 out of the last 9 games, Drew?
Yep, they have. They're definitely making my Thunder under not look good, but it's early.
Yeah, it is, but I like what we're doing right now. We're attacking the basket. I like everything that's going
They
on
are.
with the Thunder.
Hey, they're shooting lights out too. They play. I watched bits and pieces of that yesterday before I got into the crap show that is the Dallas Cowboys. I watched the majority of that game.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. That game, but yeah, I like what the Thunder are
Do
doing.
we have to?
No, we don't have to. We don't have to. We don't have to talk
No,
about it. We can just do your picks and move on.
Hey, I give them, I'll take them. So
yeah, we'll talk about something else. But anyway, the Thunder play tonight. We've won 4 out of our last 6, and it should be 5 out of 6. We got robbed against Milwaukee. I don't care what they say, dude. You don't make that call with .0. Come on, that ball was uncatchable.
he should have been guarding him anyway.
Agreed.
That's number one thing.
But that's just. I'm sorry, that was pathetic. I'm not going for that. But anyway, the keys for the game tonight, Drew, are really simple for me.
Rebound.
Is that your keys? My Thunder keys are get off to a good start every quarter, because that's what kills us. Once we get off to a good start, we're fine. Cut down on our turnovers. We've had 19 turnovers the last 2 games in a row. We've got to, against a good team like Boston, you can't afford to have 19 turnovers. Those are, that's what turns it into a double-digit loss.
Boston's strength is on-ball defense, and we'll see what happens.
And see what happens. We have to limit their open looks, because Jason Taylor and Jaylen Brown can shoot it. So you got to watch, limit their open looks, attack the paint, which is what we've been doing, and not settling for threes. I think if we can do that, we'll be fine. We'll be able to stay in the game. But those are my keys for the game tonight.
I mean, I would definitely. I'd put in there. They really got it. They got a defensive rebound, because Boston makes a living with those second chance points and attacking the glass, and
we'll keep them in front of them.
Back out for open threes.
Well, we just got to keep them in front of us. But the whole thing was that is we've been playing very good team defense the last really 5, 6, 7 games. The Denver game, we played better than what the game looked. Okay. We just had some chance to come back and then just fold it.
Denver's a bad matchup too for us. So.
And when we go over the NBA scores today, the matchups, the teams that got beat, it's about matchups. Even in football, it's about matchups. Or baseball or whatever. Because if you face a team that's got 3 of their 5 starters are left-handed pitching staff, and you're not very good against left-handed pitching, you're in trouble against that team, even though you're better than them. So it's definitely about matchups, and I like what I see for the Thunder, and I'm excited about what they're doing at 6-7. Now I think they should be 7-7, but that's just me. Or 7-6 actually should be the reverse opposite of what it is. But I do like the one that SGA has just been, dude.
Yep.
He's ridiculous
Might be an
right
all-star.
now, Drew. He should.
Come around to be an all-star,
Like I was telling people, the problem with him in the West, dude, there's a lot of guards in the West, man. God dang, bro. But there's no way, if he continues on his pace right now, there's no way he's not an all-star. There's just no way that you can't vote him in, because he's just been on tear. I'll just be glad when people can actually see him on TV. And unfortunately, he's stuck in obscurity, even though winning the
unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen this year.
No, but Drew, if you keep winning some games, you know how the NBA are. They'll throw you on. Like we were on NBA TV. What was it, against Denver? Wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't expect that. So that
I still haven't figured out how to watch Thunder games yet. So I'm struggling.
There's no watching Thunder games, bro. You have to go through a process with it on the app, and it's just a pain. Or just ask the commander; he can help you.
Yeah, I just need the commander to hook me up.
Yeah, he knows exactly how to do it because he just sent us a text. Did you see the text? He's just, why has he got to talk trash? We do know something about soccer, Randy, Commander. Commander Wright, we know something about soccer. Leave us alone. Leave us alone.
We know what jerseys we like and don't like. We know that.
We definitely know that. That is just, I'm sorry, that's just, anyway. NBA scores, Drew, last night.
Yep, there's only one that you need to know. There's only one that we need to know.
And that was the Lakers clearly beating the Nets.
Beating the Nets, who had won 4 in a row.
Dude, how about AD actually going in the paint and doing work?
Yep, look at there.
I mean, get your big butt down there and go to work. That's when you were one of the.
Now they're coming out. Now LeBron and AD are lobbying for the Lakers to trade those 2 picks and bring in somebody else. And I'm like, for what? So we can watch you fumble it out of bounds and miss layups and shoot 20% from 3. I mean, whatever. One player is not going to solve this team. Sorry.
No, it's really not. It's really not going to make. It's going to make some difference, but not
some. But they're not going to win it.
Yeah,
I mean, the only reason you would get rid of those 2 picks, where if you had a squad tucked in behind it, if you could bring in one guy and a shooter, then you had a chance to win it. Well, that's not the case.
Not even close, Drew.
Right.
It's not even close.
I totally 100% disagree with that. I mean, you just ride it out, and you're going to have to trade. You're going to have to get rid of Westbrook. You're probably going to have to get rid of AD, and then if you're going to ride LeBron out, then you're stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck. So. Grizzlies lost to the Wizards, which I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that one cost me.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, but I think there was a big win over them over the T-Wolves right before that, and then of course the T-Wolves come right back and beat the Cavs 129-124 right after that. So it's amazing. Then who saw the Sixers spanking the Jazz? The Sixers, I don't know. I can't figure them out.
They about time the Sixers did something.
I can't figure that team out, Drew. I don't even know what to think about that team. Do you know how to even put that team in perspective?
Oh, I mean, they're just, I don't know what they don't shoot the ball that well, but they're physical, but people kind of overlook them, I guess, sometimes. I don't know. They're kind of a dumpster fire. I kind of stopped watching them just because they cost me so much money in the first few years. So,
and they're 7-7, and they're 7-7 right now. They're improved to 7-7. Nuggets, man, they just spanked the Bulls last night. The Nuggets on a roll. They're figuring it out. The big fella just triple. He's triple-double. He's just triple-double, triple-double, triple-double.
Having Jamal back healthy, they're a completely different team.
And the big fella's just triple-double, Mr. Triple-double machine. Jokic is just going to work.
He might be 3-time MVP.
Dude, I'm sorry. He should not have won last year. You can't be the fifth. You can't be on the 5th team, best team.
Now he might win 3 in a row.
Well, that's a bunch of bull if you do that. That's kind of like when Steve Nash won his 2nd one in a row. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Steve Nash was better than Kobe.
Steve Nash shouldn't have won either time.
Yeah, but the first one, at least I can see it. The second one, there was just no way. That was a BS. That's why you need to get those damn reporters out of it. It's about players. Don't worry about what all this nonsense. Leave your prejudice at the door. Golden State, once again, dude, they're 5-8. Kings winning 3 in a row, 4 in a row now. 122, 117. They're coming together. DeAndre Fox is a weapon.
I got them tonight in my pick, so we can get to that.
Yeah, and then of course Kevin Durant doing work last night, but just not enough. Dude, he's just a monster, Drew. God dang, he's good, man.
I don't know if y'all know how much of that game you watch, but I mean the Lakers, that's how you beat the Nets, though. They just the Nets kind of don't have that much of a supporting cast anymore.
No.
And Durant, I feel like he's out there by himself, but he can just score whenever he wants.
He just do whatever he wants.
I mean,
once he starts getting going from 3, dude, it's just over. Everybody talks about, all these 7-footers. That's one thing about Victor Wembanyama. He shoots. He's like Kevin Durant. He's patterned his game off for him. He don't try to take you off the dribble. He will when there's picks and spots to go to the hole, but for the most part, he pulls up and just knocks down the jumper on you.
Yeah. I'm hoping that if the Lakers are going to be a dumpster fire, that they just end up
They don't
getting
have
him.
this pick. They don't have a pick this year, bro.
They need to figure out a way.
There's no way they're not. Nobody is giving it. The Lakers are screwed. They traded all their picks away for Westbrook. And so that's why LeBron, I don't want to hear your mess. I don't want to hear all these other people talking about it. Oh, well, the Lakers.
Well, I mean, maybe that's who you
LeBron
trade your 2 picks for. Is you trade them for that?
trade him back. Yeah, I told him, I said, to me, I don't want to hear it. LeBron, the Lakers had a plan. LeBron X the plan to get what he wanted. Now, did the Lakers succumb to did they succumb to his wishes? They sure as hell did. Because you imagine the team that they had with Buddy Hield and DeMarco Rosen, along with what they already had, dude, they would be a monster. But LeBron wanted his boys. So I don't want to hear LeBron. I don't, to me, shut up and just go ahead and play. This is what you wanted. You the greatest of all time in your mind, then go be the greatest of all time, okay? I'm over it. I'm over him right now. Games tonight, Drew. I was looking at the games tonight. I'm just going, is there anything that you like or don't like out here tonight?
Well, we talked about it a little bit. I like Boston tonight. I don't. That's not a good spot for Oklahoma City. I know.
No, coming off the back-to-back. No, it's their second back-to-back game, by the way.
I like Golden State tonight. In that late spot.
Yep. Some over Spurs. Well, first games we got there. We have the Raptors and the Pistons. Raptors are 7-7, but without Siakam, they're not the same team.
Yeah, in that game, that's another over spot too. The Raptors seem to be giving up a bunch of points, and Detroit will get out and run with you. So I like the over in that. I kind of looked at that a little bit earlier, but other than that, I mean, you got the Hornets and the Magic, the Suns Heat. That's your game of the night.
Yeah, the Suns and Heat.
That should be a good one.
The Heat are 6-7, coming off an L.
Right, but those two teams are going to be in it at the end, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, when it's all said and done.
That's probably your game of the night, and then the sneaky
well,
one,
what about
the Hawks?
Let's say Hawks and Bucks. You don't like that?
Hawks and
That's
Bucks.
sneaky.
Yeah, I do. I like the over in that game.
Because the Hawks is
my picks over 225.
I know the Hawks is your squad anyway. You love your Hawks.
Hey, watch out! I'm telling you, they're tough at home in the playoffs too.
Yeah, and then those JETS Mets / Clippers against the Rockets.
And Clippers.
7-6 Clippers against the 2-11 Rockets tonight. I better be nice because Sophia may not let me go see Lil G, so I better chill out and not talk too bad about Houston teams. I've got to be nice. I got to go see the little man. I got to be nice. I cannot make.
When are you doing that?
I'm gonna go for his birthday in January.
Yep.
Turns.
We're around my house. We're on an official countdown. We're 4 days out.
Oh, that's nice.
Some sunshine and relaxation.
But you know what, Drew? Isn't it crazy that he and Talon are 2 weeks apart?
Yeah.
That just, Randy and I laugh about that all the time because it's just, how do you be roommates, very good friends for years, and all of a sudden your first 2 grandchildren are born 2 weeks apart. Both of them are boys. That is just insane.
Right.
When you think about that. Being that
you guys must be attached at the hip.
We may or may not have drank Crown together in the past. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe so. Anyways, let's take a break to thank our sponsors right now. Collaborative Logic. I want to thank them for everything that they do. If you have any needs as far as website development or making your office more efficient, those are the people you want to talk to as far as buying computers and just building your company and giving you a direction. They are the people that you want to talk to in Russell Willowport. SRB, and if you have engineering, surveying, or planning, they love to be behind the scenes to make sure everything is run and set up properly for you to build whatever it is that you're attempting to build. Oak Grove Trucking and Jose Fierro and our guys Greg.
Where's my shirt?
Greg and Max Navy. And then, of course, last but not least, Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they do. They make things happen every day, all day. They're a member of the FDIC and equal housing lender. If you have any desires for any cars, boats, houses, or any loans, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go in and see the guys if that's what
Go
New
peek your
Jersey
head
does.
in there. Go talk to Car Center Joe or Nathan Taylor or Ken if he's in there that day.
Oh man, you just throw that jab with him every time you get a chance, don't you? Oh, now speaking of jabbing, here are your picks today. Ooh, you're taking the Redskins. I can't even believe I put that in there instead of the
Well,
Commanders.
it's that magic number 11. I think it's too much. Honestly, it should probably be 17, but they've got it sitting at 11, which tells me they think it's probably going to be about a 10-point game. And I told you, what did I say 3 weeks ago, that the Redskins are better with Heineke than they are without Wentz.
Yeah, I agree. Carson Wentz's best deal was there in Indianapolis. That's where he was really good at doing his thing.
And what Heineke does well is scramble, and he will be running for his life tonight. So another little sneaky little soft bet. If you're on another site and you're gambling, and you might be able to get some alternate lines of Heineke rushing yards, and I think it's like 14.5 right now, and that's a bunny. That's an easy one for.
He's gonna definitely get. Well,
he's gonna have more than 15 yards rushing tonight, and sacks don't count towards lost yardage unless you are in victory position and you take a kneel down. So,
oh sweet,
just a little FYI.
Yeah, FYI. NBA action: the Warriors -7 tonight. You are all over that.
Yep,
all over that.
Yeah, I like the Warriors tonight. That's a good spot for them.
Yeah, and I'm with you with the Celtics -11. I think it's 11.5, isn't it? Something like that, but. Aren't you getting it at 11?
I got it at 11. I always buy it down at half point, so I don't.
You hate that half, do you? You hate that half.
Don't like to get beat by the hickey.
And then, of course, you're taking the over for the Hawks and the Bucks. Now that's interesting. Your only Monday night Big Monday pick are the Houston Cougars -20.
Yeah, there's a couple other games in the NCAA that I like, but well, I tell you, Vegas has got some of these spreads so high. It just, Creighton laying 30 tonight. I mean, that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of damn points.
But the Houston's a dang pro team, and they should win that game going away. So,
are you trying to say
Houston
Kelvin
might be the best team in the country right now?
Are you trying to say Kelvin is a great recruiter?
Heels.
Are you trying to say that he's a good recruiter? Is that what you're saying? Secretly?
Yeah. Hey, then they're gonna be dangerous, and if they get the 1 seed and they get to go to Dallas to play, and then they flip around in the Final Fours in Houston, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough to be an out.
Yeah, I forgot the Final Fours in Houston, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be there for that. J-Dub and I are already talking about making plans.
Yeah, I'll get that thing worked out. I'll talk to my.
We need to get the commander on that.
Yeah, we can go do that. I'll do that. Give me an excuse to see my dude. I'm okay with that, bro.
Catch Tar Heels on Saturday.
And speaking of the rankings, you got UNC and Gonzaga. That was a great game between Gonzaga and Michigan State. Michigan State.
Yeah, really cool. That's a really cool deal that they put on out there.
Yeah, isn't it on the battleship? I mean, on the aircraft carrier.
Yep.
Yeah, we were watching that and like that. So do you think Houston's probably better than Gonzaga? I agree with that.
I think Houston might be better than North Carolina right now, but we'll just see. I think Carolina's kind of been Cadillac in the first couple games.
Yeah, then you've got Kansas and Duke coming up. Who do you like in that?
And what is that, tomorrow night?
Yeah.
I like Kansas. I would like him a lot better if Coach Self was coaching, but he's not.
Yeah.
So
no, it's his only last game of his suspension.
Duke don't really have a coach either, so we'll
Duke,
see how that
goes. They've got a lot of talent though. He recruited really well.
They always have a lot of talent.
Yeah, I think but the whole thing is everybody talks about talent, and I said this is the thing. There's so many players now. And you don't have to go to a top school to be one of the best players in the league. I mean, where did Damian Lillard go? To Southern Illinois, I think. So,
yeah,
I mean,
the Saluki.
The Saluki, yeah. So I'm like, like I tell my kids all day long, don't get caught up in the Oklahoma State, OU, Duke, and all. Don't get caught up in that. Go to where
just try to get them. Just try to go somewhere and play for free. If you're good, they'll find you.
Well, it's just like Trey Alexander, going to Auburn right off the bat, and then going whoa, and then transferring to Creighton. Best decision he and his
Yep.
parents could have made,
Yep.
getting him out of there. So I was like, hey man, I told him, man, don't get caught up in all that nonsense.
Creighton's got a good program too. They got a good coach. I mean, if you folks out there haven't ever been to Omaha, go check it out when Creighton's playing up there. That's a fun place to watch a game. They serve alcohol in the stadium till 7 minutes left in the second half. I mean, it's a good atmosphere. There's lots of good
that can be a bad
lots
deal,
of good
Drew.
restaurants right around the stadium. You can walk right up to it. It's definitely worth the trip.
Okay. All right. Well, you say so. I'm just going, man. I don't know about all that now. I don't know about all that. I had to take that out, but whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching them do their thing. One other thing I was thinking about, Drew, Monday Night Football tonight. Do we really want to even watch it?
Man, I really would like to see the Eagles get beat. That's the only reason I'll watch it. But other than that, no.
I mean, really? I mean, it's 11.5 over under.
From Philly fan.
Do you like the over under the 42.5? What do you think about that?
Well, I hate the 42, but I mean, if I was being backed into a corner, I'd probably have to take the over. Washington should be able to run the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to score enough points to beat Philadelphia, but Philadelphia should score. I look for a 30-21 type of game, 30-20. I can see Washington covering a late score. I could see it being ugly, and then Philly taking their foot off the gas, and Heineke scoring late and covering the spread, and it goes over.
And it goes over, yeah. I'm gonna probably watch some of it. I don't know how much. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it so you and I and Ben can talk about it tomorrow. Yeah. So I know I'm gonna have to, but I don't. Man, it's just so funny. Some of these days, some of these games, I'm just going, when are we gonna get some good games on?
Well, we're about to come into some good ones
this
over
weekend.
The next few days here. Yeah,
this weekend.
Going into next week, you got Bedlam, which we'll get into later in the week, which early line I think is just blasphemy. If Spencer Sanders plays and OU's favored by 7, that's an absolute joke.
Yep.
Then you go in, you got a lot of good Thanksgiving games this year. Dallas and the Giants on Thanksgiving, which is going to be fun. You got
and it's
good Thanksgiving.
Well, you got World Cup on that Friday.
Yeah.
After Thanksgiving,
you got Cowboys Vikings Sunday. It'll be a good one.
Man, there's going to be a bunch of good football.
I mean, Dallas is really getting in danger of losing 3 in a row. I mean, we haven't even talked about that debacle yesterday.
Well, I was getting ready to get into the scores, but my thing is this with Dak, dude, his third down percentage, wow.
Terrible.
Wow.
And his third down percentage is terrible. That's just not in his DNA. And then you got a kicker over there from the University of Nebraska set records with long field goals, and you pay him the money to kick long field goals, and you don't kick a field goal. I mean, that coach is terrible.
To me, people go, well, Dallas's defense. I was like, this is my thing. If your defense is that good, go ahead and take the 3 points, because if you fail, you're done. You're done. You're saying he at least is going to kick a field goal. That's what you're saying by going for it. You know that he's going to go score a touchdown. Well, to me, when they did that, I'm like, you're trusting Dak, and I like Dak.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to trust him on 4th down to win the game for me in overtime. I'm not. Patrick Mahomes, I would trust. Tom Brady, I would trust. Joe Burrow, maybe. Well, but for sure, those other two, not even Josh Allen.
I think a lot of it had to do with frustration. CeeDee Lamb gets mauled, you get no call. Then you break off a 20-yard. You break off a 20-yard run, you get a phantom holding call, which brings it back.
That was terrible. He was holding him, but you can call hold on every
play.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Those two calls go against it. I think McCarthy got caught up in the moment, trying to win the game, and instead of playing the smart play, you kick the field goal, you kick off, you put them on the 20-yard line, and you play defense, and you hope you get a sack or a turnover. You don't give Aaron Rodgers the ball on the 40-yard line. I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm with you on that. I didn't understand why he did that at all. See, because to me, it's like, bro, just finish just kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Kick
Yeah.
the field goal. The worst you can do is if he goes down and scores, fine.
And you
But
get
the
beat.
worst you
Tip
can
your hat.
do is, here you go. But at best you're tied. It's
Yep.
better than an L. And who's to say your defense is going to do this? But I will say this: they abandoned the run. You're running
Yep.
up and down the field. Why are you putting the ball in Dak's hands? I don't understand why they're doing that. I mean,
And he's got happy feet in the pocket. he dances back there to where he used to take off and run. He doesn't do that anymore. He's not even a threat to run the ball.
No,
ever.
I will say this:
he's gonna stop and chuck it over somebody's head, or he's gonna throw one in the dirt, or throw a pick, or.
But he's good. My thing with Dak is he's good early, but in the fourth quarter when you really need him, which is this is what's funny. The reason why Dallas didn't pay him is because this is what they really thought about him. That's why they didn't want to give him the money. And then they got backed into a corner where they had no choice because he was better than whatever options that were available. But you overpaid by $50 to $70 million. You gave him more money than he's worth, but you have no choice.
And now, if you don't win it this year and you don't put yourself in a position next year, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Now you got to pay him, and you're not going to be able to pay some other guys.
And remember, $50 million.
And Parsons
Drew,
and
$50 million is what they. I said, Dak is not worth $50 million on any day, time at all.
Not worth 30.
He's a
$25 million quarterback.
Yeah,
That's what he is.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of a Range Rover. Boy, it's pretty, but it's always in the shop.
Yeah.
Beautiful to look at, but it's always in the shop. Always
looks
in the
great
shop.
sitting out in front of the parts store.
Yeah, it looks good, but it's just you want to go drive it, Seahawks yesterday and the Buccaneers.
We called that one.
Boy, didn't you? Yep. What happened to Gino's Pizza being open?
Pizza shut down for the day, but they tried to make a late comeback. And look at Brady, another dirty play. I slipped. Whatever.
Dude. What? I'm sorry, Drew.
Just say you did what you did. He's such a bad liar. He's a terrible liar.
Dude.
I slipped. Yeah, you did.
Dude, you're 45 and non-athletic. You had a 24-inch vertical when you were young. It may be a third of that now. I mean, come on, bro. Whatever. Yeah. Lions and Bears. Dude, I feel I feel so sorry for him. I mean, I feel sorry for him, bro. God, it's like, what do I have to do? I mean, what he shook 3 guys off from him on the last play, and it's finally like, and do me a favor, Drew, somebody catch the damn ball for him. Can somebody do that? I mean, just whatever.
I like him as a quarterback too. I think he's a pretty good player. I don't know. The Bears are snake bit.
Yep, I agree. Browns and the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was my play of the day. Remember we went back to Friday. That was my NFL play of the week.
Yeah,
love me some Dolphins.
Yep. I just laughed. Jacoby Brissett, please. You're over it. Broncos, Titans.
Yep. Titans were easy.
Dude, just go on and fire the coach. Nathaniel Hackett is over his head. You know what I'm saying, Drew? Just cut your losses. The guy is, the Bills and the Vikes.
Yeah. Can we get into that for a second?
Yeah.
Can we just get into that game?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good Lord. I mean, you got to throw the flag in the end zone on Knox. If you're going to throw the flag for the Vikings, you got to throw that flag. He got mauled, and you don't throw anything right there in front of the official, and that was a big call in that game. Sorry,
you're talking about when they didn't score at the goal line.
No, I'm talking about in overtime when
overtime,
Allen threw the ball to Knox in the back of the end zone, and in the next play he throws an interception.
Yeah, but you know what though, Drew? They had been letting them play all game, and then on top of that, let's face it.
Except when you throw the ball, when the Vikings are throwing the ball and you're calling touch fouls.
Okay, Drew. How about the dropped pass that was not called, so that it could even go into OT?
Yep.
How do you not review that? You know what I'm saying?
It was a crazy football game, but if you had Buffalo -3, you sure needed that pass interference.
Yeah, you did. You mean you sure needed that pass interference? But isn't that crazy though, dude? Josh Allen, man, it's just like You gotta love him, but he's kind of reverting back to the old Josh Allen when he first got to the league. It's almost true.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
they
Wild,
might be out of
careless
my
with the
top
ball.
three. I mean, I may have to put the Vikings in the top four. Let's see what they do this week.
Well,
They
I'm
got
doing that
Dallas coming to
tomorrow.
town.
We do our so you leaving because tomorrow's our updates for power rankings.
No, I leave Friday.
Oh, we're gonna do it Friday.
No, I leave Fridays. We can do it. We can do it whenever.
Okay. Yeah. I'm saying we normally I do our updates on Tuesday after the week,
Yeah.
every 2 weeks, or every week. Texans and the Giants. The Giants just keep winning, Drew.
Yep, they do.
You don't have
And they
anything to
got a
say
big one
about that,
coming
do
up
you?
on Thanksgiving.
You know,
Just a little early lean here. Dallas is a 1.5 point favorite at Minnesota.
I don't see that happening. The Vikings gonna
I
kick
don't
their
either.
ass. Vikings gonna
That
kick
you know what that
butt.
does right there. You better take the Cowboys because everybody just loaded up on the Vikings.
That's exactly it. Yes. Jaguars, Chiefs. Mahomes is just dude. He, he's got 10 touchdowns to 10 different receivers. That's just insane. That's insane.
Yeah,
That really is.
Chiefs are tough. Chiefs are your team to beat for
Dude,
sure.
they're still the only. Did you know they were the only team in NFL history to have their first 8 games against winning teams the year before? The Jaguars was their first game against a losing team this year, and they went 6-8. That's nobody. Like I said, they are just trying to everything they could do. The Chiefs toughest schedule, and all they do is win, 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 win. I'm like, all you're doing is getting them playoff ready. That's all you're doing. You're making them ready so when the playoffs come, they're already used to playing tough teams and tough games. So you're not hurting them. You probably should let them play a weak schedule. So when they do play tough teams, they're not used to it. Saints and the Steelers, I told you, Mike Tomlin after a bye, Drew.
Yep. No, you're right.
I mean, he's like Andy Reid. They don't lose after buys. You give them a bye, Belichick, those guys, they don't lose. Give them 2 weeks to prepare for you. You're in trouble. And then the poor Raiders. Dude, catch the football, Drew. Am I wrong? Catch. You have
funny.
a touchdown. The game, you win, Drew. You win the game to do what you get paid to do. You are in the National Football League. You get paid to catch the football. It's the game-winning play, and you drop the pass.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's I had the Colts, so I liked it.
Oh yeah, you were good
right.
then.
Only game I lost yesterday was the Cowboys. So
of course it was. Okay,
Cowboys
first,
and the Bills,
and then the Lakers before that. So yeah, you're all good the days before that. Cardinals and the Rams.
We called that one.
Yep.
I mean, you can go back and check the tape on Friday. The games we really liked. We all liked Arizona. The Rams are a dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. I think
which is amazing. All the talent they got.
I think they mailed it in, if anything. Then of course the Cowboys, Packers. All these guys are saying how they should go for it. I'm like, no, dude, fourth down, no. And then you run the wrong. You don't even run the play that you've been successful.
You don't go for it with Dak. You don't go for it with Dak.
No.
If you got Brady or somebody or Aaron Rodgers.
Mahomes.
You don't put the. Yeah,
Mahomes. I don't trust
Josh
Aaron
Allen.
Rodgers. I don't trust.
I do
to be
more
honest.
than I trust Dak Prescott on 4th and 3. I promise you that.
But I'm just saying, Drew. There's only 2 quarterbacks I truly, truly trust, and that's Mahomes and Brady. If I really, if it comes, I don't really, because Josh tends. You see what Josh did. If I have to really, really have a play, I want one of those.
And what kind of play is? And then what kind of play is that? I mean, if you're going to do that, get Dak, roll him outside the pocket to the strong side of the field, and give yourself a chance where he could run for it or maybe throw it to the tight end. Instead, whatever that was, I don't know what kind of play that was, and then he's tossing it up in the air down the sidelines to Gallup.
Well, that's because he was getting tackled.
Yeah, I mean, so exactly because he's in a 4-step drop. He's not running outside the pocket.
Yep. Hey, dude, how about this? The Niners and the Chargers. Do you know the Niners have not given up a second-half touchdown the last 2 weeks? I mean, they have not. No, excuse me. They have not been scored. Excuse me. They have not been scored on the last 2 second halves. That defense is coming together, dude. They're tough. They are
Chargers
really, really tough.
Chargers plus 8.5 was a winner,
though. You're speaking of that, right? He said, speaking of that. Then, of course, our boy Ben is not here today, Drew. But we still got to go over these hockey scores. Guess what? My Stars, baby. My Stars, 5-1, man. 5-1 over the Flyers. Those Philadelphia Flyers. Hopefully that was a prelude to what's going to happen to the Philadelphia fans since the Flyers lost at home. The Bruins, Ben's team, won 5-2 over the Nucks. Sharks over the Wild. The Rangers, New York, trying to do a little bit. 4-1 over the Coyotes. The Lightning over the Capitals.
Yep.
I guess they didn't have nothing to help them down there.
Don't look now, but the Blues have won 2 in a row.
Oh, dude, the Blues on here. Do you see? There's nothing. I know you can't see. There's nothing on here about no Blues. There ain't nothing on here about no Blues. But now tonight, Drew, the Blues play the Avalanche at 8:00.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what your Blues do. We have the Islanders and the Senators at 4:30. The Kings and the Flames at 7:30. The Canes and the Blackhawks. I do like their uniforms. Because I do like the Redskins. The Blackhawks remind me of the Redskins, don't they, Drew?
It's the same dang thing.
It really is, isn't it? It really is, to be honest. It really is, isn't it?
Seminoles, Redskins, Blackhawks. They're all pretty much the same logo.
But it's Dan Snyder. And now he's going to be gone. $7 billion is what they're going to end up paying for it. I think they don't. Bezos don't really give a shit what he wants, what he asked for it, to be honest.
Yeah, he just laid off, 10,000 employees?
Yeah, they lost $1 trillion. Yeah, but you know what? Black Friday's coming, so they'll be all right. Are we really going?
It's already started.
Yeah, are we really going to?
Friday starting today.
Really going to be upset with it? Come on now. You know they're going to hire them all back. They fired them to get a little break to cut the money, and they're going to hire them right back for the Christmas holidays, or they'll just hire them on temporary deal or whatever. In college this weekend, Drew, I didn't really see. There wasn't really any games that I liked, Drew. Georgia, Mississippi State. Alabama, Ole Miss was a good game.
Yep. I tell you, being in Stillwater, I caught one of the better games of the day at Oklahoma State. Iowa State was a good game.
Yeah, I will say this.
Did I call West Virginia?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You called it.
That game unfolded exactly the way I thought it would.
Yeah,
you would struggle down there to get started, and cold, rainy, and get beat.
Yeah, Big 12 scores.
Don't look now, but the Sooners may not make a bowl game.
Yeah, we're just going to go – let's go back to the Big 12 scores since you're going to bring it up. TCU beat Texas, which Ewers, dude, he's just I see why they went and got the Manning kid. Okay?
Yeah. Watch out for Ewers going into the transfer portal.
He's gonna be in the transfer portal again. Well, no, he's already been in there once, Drew. He has to sit out now.
Go again.
I don't think you can like you do. I think you have to do it. You only get 1 year, don't you? I don't think you can keep transferring every year and go, I don't like it, keep transferring. I don't agree with that. Kansas State, man.
Oh, that was surprising.
Yeah,
that really surprised me.
I didn't see that one happening at all. God dang, Drew.
I tell you what, Texas Tech.
How about that?
If they end up having to play, not Texas Tech, if they had TCU, if they end up having to play Kansas State, which it looks like they're going to have to, unless they drop at Baylor, which they could, but if that's a rematch in a Big 12 title game, TCU may be in trouble.
Yeah, we're going to go back and look at that here in just a minute. Iowa State, Oklahoma State, good game, but of course we can always beat Iowa State in Stillwater. It's just on the road.
Let's talk about that for a second. If Spencer Sanders can play in the second half, why in the world did he not start the game? Why is Gundy have to get cute about everything? Just start him.
Because he wanted his boy to get some love. That's why. Come on now. OSU is not going to win with his son.
No.
Okay.
And if Sanders, if he's the starter against OSU should be favored. And they're not. They're 7-point dog.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. You know what I mean? I really don't, but that's just the way that it is for whatever reason. I don't really get it, but wow. Then of course the West Virginia OU. I was sitting there watching the game when we were at the gym. And my deal is this. First of all, Mims, catch the damn football.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Catch the football, first of all.
And then don't get caught from behind.
Well, and that's the second thing.
Be so fast.
And then on top of that, you drops the pass in one succession. You drop the pass, you come back, you're fourth and an inch, and your center moves the ball. You have the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know when the snap count is. And you move the ball and it costs your team, and all of a sudden you get nothing out of that possession. Wow, then you
Right.
miss 2 field goals. So yeah, it's I don't get that, dude. I'm just like, wow. And because in Big 12 standings, Drew, TCU 7-0, Kansas State 5-2, OSU 4-3. You would, of course, OSU lost the tiebreaker, right?
Yep.
So that's
Well,
the end of that.
well, I mean, the Big 12's tough, and what's gonna happen? I mean, they need an upset, which can happen. I mean, K State, I've seen them get beat before. They've got a tough game. They're gonna have. I think it's at Baylor. Not at Baylor. Hold on a second. So they got at West Virginia. That's a tricky one, and then you got KU at home, and that's they could drop one of those. I don't think they will, but the one they could drop is at West Virginia.
Yeah, well, this weekend TCU is at Baylor and Kansas State at West Virginia. I don't see that happening, but TCU Baylor
I
is going
don't
to
either,
be huge.
but you never know.
No, you don't. You don't really know what's going to happen, but still, that would be hard for me to see if anything goes and transpires differently from that. So, wow. And then, of course, anything else you want to talk about, big boy? I know you got to get out of here.
And I just, like I said, we had a decent weekend at HuskerDrewPicks.com.
Uh-huh.
We broke even on Saturday. We had a couple bad losses on the wrong side of that Georgia game, but Georgia's kind of coming into their own. I look for them to roll LSU in the SEC title game, so which may be good for the Big 12 because that could possibly get you a one-loss Big 12 team in the playoff. But just get us kick-started again this week. Got a lot of good NBA, got a lot of good college basketball coming this week. So,
well, because and speaking of in the top 25 rankings, I was sitting there looking at it, man. I tell you what, boy, it's going to be interesting, don't you think, Drew? I mean, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan. One of those two teams are not going to be there, don't you think?
Well, if this is the thing, if Georgia blows out LSU.
Well, no. I mean Michigan, Ohio State. One of those two teams.
Each one of those depends on what kind of game you get. That's at Ohio State. If you get a 31-30, Ohio State beats Michigan, and
then they turn around and play in the whatever.
Well, they won't because they're on the same side.
Oh, that's true.
So, and let's say Michigan falls one spot or two spots down into like number 5. You could get both Ohio State and Michigan in the playoff. You really could, depending on what kind of game you get.
Well,
because what happens around the country.
Yeah, then what happens with Georgia and LSU? So we got to figure out what's going to happen with them.
If you're those two teams, you don't need LSU to win that game.
You need Georgia to win.
You need Georgia to handle business.
Yeah. But if you had to pick 4, what would be your 4?
Oh, I'd probably have to say Georgia, Ohio State. Man, that's a tough one on that back end.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I'd probably have to throw Michigan in there. As probably one of your top 4 teams.
My 4th team, if I had to have one, if you put my foot to the fire, okay, it would be because I just don't think TCU and Florida and Kansas State are good enough to be there. I just don't. Even though I'm a Big 12 guy and we're here, I don't. Either one of those teams aren't good enough to play in that Final Four. They're just not. I would probably have to say, man, probably the USC.
Yeah.
Oregon,
I might throw Tennessee in there.
Maybe Tennessee.
On the back end. Yeah.
Maybe. You know what? How about this? Whoever plays Georgia in the championship game, which will be LSU, right? Well, no, they play. Don't they play each other twice?
No, they play. It's already set.
Okay, those two. Give me Georgia, LSU, Michigan, Ohio State. I'll take that.
Right. See, I'd lean Georgia, Tennessee. Give me Ohio State, and if TCU runs the table, throw them in there. But I think
they'll be embarrassed. They'll be embarrassed. Yeah. I don't want that. I don't want just because you think you belong there doesn't mean the hell you belong there. I'm sorry.
who are those top four? Who have Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Tennessee? Who is TCU going to beat of those 4 teams?
None of them.
Right.
TCU is not beating any of them. They're going to get murdered by all of them. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want them in there simply because that's just embarrassing. That's flat out embarrassing. I don't want anything to do with that.
But you know what they're going to get as a consolation prize is if they don't make it in there. Let's say they get beat by Kansas State. TCU is going to get to play Alabama
at the Sugar Bowl.
So
a pissed off Alabama. Alabama. Yeah, because there's a difference between you get beat and you don't care versus you're a pissed off Alabama. Like, this is what we got.
Which will probably be their quarterback's last game ever at Alabama.
Yep, he's gone. Well, he's gone. We already know Bryce Young is gone. There's no question about that. He's toast. If he even plays, Drew.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, if he even plays, I'm sure he probably will. But if he even plays, we'll see on what happens on that. So, all right, brother. Well, I appreciate you. We'll holler at you tomorrow. We'll
all right, man.
Me, you, and Ben. We'll all 3 be on tomorrow, bro. So we'll be rocking and rolling since it's Tuesday night hockey night in America.
Yep. Hockey night in the country.
Hockey night in America. We'll be watching and be ready. So, all right, my brother.
HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
Just can't help yourself, can you? You just can't. That's my boy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com doing what he does with that stupid ending, and I need to figure out how to block that. I really do. Got to figure out how to block that. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. We'll be back tomorrow. Of course, Tuesday we'll have my boy Ben Dillman for our hockey updates. And so it's going to be an exciting day. Plus, we'll be talking about the Thunder game. And remember, tonight on After the Storm, which is my Thunder post-game analysis, you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube. If you want to go to YouTube, you search After the Storm, OKC Thunder. You can subscribe, like, and hit the notification button, as well as the Unpopular Hour. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, and hit notification for the Unpopular Hour - Matt Clark. And then in the next couple of weeks, we will be on this show you'll be able to watch on a podcast and that. So we're looking at right now, it looks like it may be Spotify and Anchor is what it's looking like at this point. So we shall see how we're doing it and how it's going to work. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then also you'll be able to call in starting, I believe, next week. We're almost got that worked out through Skype. So people will be able to come on. You'll be able to call in and you'll be able to talk on the show and give me your insights and questions that you might have for us. So that being said, everybody try to stay warm out there. I know damn well I'm going to try to. My boy Ace is in there all snuggled up in bed. So all 85 pounds of him. So anyway, you guys be good.